everyone, welcome back to another exciting with Attacker Productions. Today I am Bancroft being joined currently by Jake and possibly Jimmy at some later point down the road.
He's lost at Guitar Center.
That place must be like fantastic, I guess.
Have you ever been?
I have not.
Dude, we gotta go.
Sounds good. Today's matchup is actually me versus Kevin. I'm playing the SS2 Blue Gohan, while Kevin's taking his hand at SS4 Vegeta, which Jake has experience with, so he's kind of joining today, kind of go on that knowledge of that deck, and with my knowledge of playing it, Kevin, and with what Jake could pick up from the matchup, kind of give a better commentary for it.
Yeah, better than, like, Bancroft just talking to himself.
I played this, he plays this, he plays this, and I played that. Yeah, for sure. So, I built this deck this time around, mainly because actually someone asked for an SS2 Gohan deck, and I'm like, you know what, I did enjoy it, I'll bring it back. And I remember initially playing this deck, and the main issue was that anyone sees a 2-drop skills on the board, they're immediately going, alright, cool, that's my target, I need to get rid of that card to stop you from playing your 10-drop down the road. Where Kevin hasn't been in the game long enough, I did give him the heads up on that, but this deck in itself just stops plays with all those negates they had.
Yeah, Kevin really likes the control style of gameplay, and SS4 is a leader that you can, despite its like weak awakening benefits, you still can play a really solid control game with it if you play your cards right, pun intended.
And when he charged the super combo, I'm like, what the hell? But I let him get the first hit in, which did ramp him. But from this point on, my goal was to not let him get too far ahead of me. But I feel like if it's a 2-2, I'm good with that range right now.
Yeah. I mean, that's spooky. Like, your opponent charges a super combo willingly turn 1. Kind of like tells you that their hand is just straight fire.
So here, establishing Yamchas to pull more skills to my hand, and then immediately having it for combo fodder or later down the road. And here I'm just kind of reading it out loud to Kevin as I'm kind of going the action of doing it as well. Because I also haven't played this leader in a while. So just kind of make sure I don't forget things.
Yeah. This is a really interesting blue leader. It doesn't really play like a lot of other blue leaders or really even blue cards or blue chains, considering it's utilizing like the skill-less stuff.
Yeah. And depending on how you play it, it's either like during your turn, it kind of acts like a sensu bean, because it does have an activate battle where it gives one of your skillless 5k boost, but you're pretty much always getting a free restand off this leader as well. Now, with that in mind, you do have to, on the Awaken side, you pick up any mono blue card, but the card you play down has to be a battle card. Where on the front side, you pick up a mono blue battle card, and you have to put down a mono blue battle card.
So you get a little bit more leeway on the backside there.
Which is pretty nice. Like early on, if you need to charge like a negate that you can save for later that isn't a battle card, then you're freely able to do that. And I absolutely love this shield. I don't think I played this in my first version of this deck, but it potentially plays 2 battle cards.
Is that the one from Draftbox 6?
Yes.
That card's really nice.
And here he goes negating it, which is fine. I do have the Gohan in hand, so I can just go ahead and pop it, so he no longer has the combo ability with it. But he still has the auto is in play, where if I want to swing, I got a bomb deck a card.
Yeah, you're still under that persistent effect.
Yeah, and I still haven't swung my leader, and I kind of still want to, so it gets me the restand out of the way, which is pretty nice. And immediately using the auto on the skillless on the 1-drop to play it.
Oh, well, now you charged a super combo too.
Well, that's on top of my deck, though. I had no choice on that one.
Yeah, it's just funny that you both ended up with the same card in your energy. Same art, too.
And I will say with this deck though, keep in mind during my turn that super combo was not dead because I can always just pick it back up.
Very true.
And from here on out, I do have a blocker which allows me to not be affected by his leader getting his autos off. I don't need to negate his attacks when he awakens to restand as long as I maintain a blocker. And here he didn't combo. No, he did combo.
He just played a bean and
yeah. So I had to come off one of the Yamchas, which is fine. That's why they're there.
Yeah, this Gohan is really good against wide board decks, but at least maybe in my games personally, I've been holding on to it too much because lately when I've been playing it, it just doesn't really seem to help me too much. But in this game here, it's like a brick wall.
Yeah, and my hand isn't like super healthy right now. And I think that's why I chose to swing with the leader first. Like, all right, get your negate out of the way, instead of trying to swing with the chill, and then be forced to have to bottom deck a card just to swing my leader right afterwards.
What's your hand size like at this point?
I want to say it's like 4 or 5 cards.
Yeah, so there's no way you can attack through that Gohan.
Sorry, fellas. I didn't realize we were recording. I was watching Thirst Traps on TikTok and got a little sidetracked.
In the Guitar Center bathroom?
I guess that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was looking for fluff in the bathroom, and I got sidetracked. You know,
It happens.
Welcome
standard stuff.
Welcome to the call.
Oh, I appreciate it, guys. It wasn't like I was here the entire time. It just had my mic muted.
That's always a possibility. So we're about to, if I'm correct, come into a misplay. It might be next turn, and we'll go more into that when it happens. It's my fault for misunderstanding a certain play. Let's put it that way.
That's a lot of energy.
It is. Well, I Zenoed.
Oh, yeah. I mean, still.
Yeah. And so I mentioned misplay. That's a slight one. For a moment, I forgot that I did the Zeno boost. So I picked up the super combo that I paid for to play the TN. I'm like, wait, I didn't mean to pick this up. And he's like, you're fine. So I picked up the card that I Zenoed to get that extra draw. Because the Zeno combined with this leader is kind of almost like a draw 2 on swing, which is pretty nice.
That's so good.
Yeah.
I just accidentally tapped the wrong card to play the TN. And like I mentioned earlier, where throughout most of this match, I'm kind of sitting on like 5-ish cards because I'm just able to just play a lot and cycle a lot. I don't think I charged next turn. I'm like, you know what? I'm at 5 energy. That's like a healthy amount of energy, especially if I'm able to establish a 10 drop, which gives me an additional energy. But he's just amassing a board, which is pretty nice for himself. Not board. I'm amassing a board. He's
amassing a hand.
Yeah, or hand, and also keeping me to a point every turn where I cannot push unless I want to hurt myself.
Yeah, I got scared there. I was about to say, damn, Bancroft, you played SS4 Vegeta at this point?
So I Zenoed because I didn't want to charge myself. Paid the one for Calamity. Swing of leader. I'm going to pick up that Bardock that I charged. And here comes kind of the mistake pretty soon. I end up playing that Bardock. And he will counterplay it. And we'll kind of go into those interactions in that moment when we get there. So here I'm just kind of clean up his board a little bit, trying to get him to waste more negates, which is working in my favor. He's at 4 life. He does take a while to awaken. And here I'm kind of like, where I play this matchup because both Fluff and Jake have played this leader. I'm like, okay, you're trying to build it to this point, you're trying to build it at that point. I guess I don't play Bardock this turn because I can't. Oh, I couldn't get the charge off it.
Yes. Yeah, I do kind of remember this stage of the game. Me and Jake were playing our match just next to the camera.
We were right next door.
Yeah, we got a front row seat.
So here, even on block, he's trying to get the draws off it. And we didn't mention go over it earlier, where Kevin, he's been playing a lot of newer decks almost every week. So some of his draws have been off. Like he'll swing, activate this card. I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to draw. I'm like, yeah, go ahead and draw for both. So here it is. The order of doing this really is pay 2 energy, declare that I'm doing an EX evolve. He declares counterplay. I just discard that card. I don't lose the energy on that because it was never played on top of the energy.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Because of my confusion, I remember I was like, but don't I still get the auto or something like that? I remember there was a reason why people still keep an extra energy. I was so confused by that interaction where I discarded both cards. Because I, for some reason, was believing, oh, it just evolves the energy, then it gets moved into the play area, and that's when he counterplayed it when it was getting moved. And I just was confused for a moment and misplayed it, and after the match I realized, oh, I did that wrong. And that's why I was confused by the auto. So, I hurt myself.
Yeah, there's it's confusing until you like actually break it down and look at it, because there's a lot of cards, especially in blue, where you can evolve from the energy or, pull specific fusion pieces from your energy. And that can get kind of confusing when it comes to counterplays.
Yeah, especially cards like Golden Avenger that have multiple tiers of effects.
Mm-hmm.
It can be difficult to determine exactly when something is happening.
Yeah.
We mentioned earlier, though, Kevin likes to play a more control route, and he's so far been doing a pretty good job at it. Luckily enough, this Trunks can get rid of it just easy because it doesn't have barrier by any means to protect itself. So for 2 energy, I get rid of his triple strike, knowing that I'm a little bit safer next turn. I still have 2 blockers on board. And I think, I don't pass here, do I? Okay, I'm going to say, I shouldn't pass here. There we go.
Yeah.
And him just having enough. But that's good. Like,
another negate.
He doesn't want that chill to hit, because if that chill hits, I'm bringing out another skill list right afterwards.
Oh, yeah. He's going to get completely rushed down. And notice he hasn't awakened yet. I think he's at, 3?
He just
so,
now.
Yeah, he's going to awaken for some power here.
So what did he how did he untap the energy there?
Yeah, you actually don't get a restand on the Vegeta Awaken.
Is it just a draw 2?
It's a draw 1.
It's a draw 1 single card.
Huh.
It's the only leader, I think, that does that.
Well, there's a misplay.
Yeah, he would have had to spark it or just take the damage from the
Or
card.
block.
Or
Or block with the token. Either way, I feel like he would have got to this next turn.
Yeah.
So 4 energy playing he's at 7 energy, I think. He might be at 8 energy. And I was expecting the 8 drop to come, and I was expecting the 8 drop to come out, but instead he plays the cool. But instead he plays the Boo Unison, which is actually a great play. It's a blocker, it gets rid of a card. It keeps him plenty of energy on his turn, so that way he's not risking tapping out. So
yeah,
I feel like that
allows
was probably
him to be really defensive.
Yeah, I feel like that was probably a really good smart play. And I'm thinking, okay, cool. He has another Golden Avenger in his hand. I just gotta do what I can first, and then go into that afterwards.
Yeah, sometimes Golden Avenger can be a little bit telegraphed, where you having to just keep so much mono blue energy up for him.
Yeah,
and without a good way to cheat on his cost. It's just your opponent can almost kill you by baiting you into tapping out for Avenger and then having something else to kill you with.
So, what occurred here is that I swung into his Unison, and I was like, cool, negates, everything good? And he's like, yeah, we're good. I'm like, cool, combo. And he's like, and I'm like, cool, I'll combo up to here, and then it'll be your thing. And he's like, when do I do the -1? I'm like, that's an auto that procs when I attack. And I was about to take the super combo back. Like, did you want to hit the chill? It's like, no. I'm like, okay, you can still activate it and hit another card if you want to as well. And he's like, nah, I'm good right now. I'm like, okay, cool. So
did he combo in response to
I
the
must
Unison?
have swung to his leader then. Trying to bait the -1. I think that's what I was doing then.
Yeah. Or a block, either way.
Yeah. So here he -1's on the skills, which is actually great because now I don't have a skillless. There's no chance of me playing the 10 drop, but obviously I still have the leader swing, which allows me to pick up one of my 1-drops to turn around and play it back to play the skillless for my energy. It's taking me a long time to put a card down there for some reason. There it is.
It's just the amount of interaction that can go on during a blue on blue game really I feel like is part of what like draws people to Dragon Ball. Just like the level of things that can go on.
I remember when
in a single turn or a single combat.
Yeah, when Fluff made, I think it was it Soul Striker Hirugarn, and I was playing Trunks Youth. I felt like our match lasted for like almost an entire hour because it was just literally, I do this, cool, I stop you. All right, cool, pass. I do this, I stop you. And it's like, okay, cool, pass.
There's just so much happening.
So he's already -1 on the boost. So I know my Gohan is safe. But he's also established like an extra blocker and stuff like that. And I could have actually instead activated the main, just pitch in energy, and got rid of his battle cards first. But I didn't. And and here I'm confirming the card. For some reason I had in my head where it had to be this a skillless card you drop, but it's any mono blue card. So I think I ended up pitching the Unison one. No, it's the Vegeta. Fair enough. Smart play.
Yeah, still a solid target.
And keep in mind, I still have the super combo in my energy. I have not picked that back up at all.
It's just a lot of pressure this 10 drop provides. It is a 10 drop Gohan, right?
Yes.
So it was safe from him doing Golden Avenger. Like it had deflect. He couldn't Trunks it. And if he were to play the Golden Avenger, the auto won't hit, 'cause I think the auto only hits 7 or less. And here I kind of combo up to, I think, 50. And that's just get him to get rid of cards. I'm seeing these cards, I'm like, shoot. Okay, he didn't play those, but it's fine. I did have a God Sealing in my hand, so I could have stopped the Shrouded the Fu Shrouded in Misery.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if he would have played the turn the tide, I had blockers on board to stop the attack, and I still had plenty of life too.
Yeah. He's just in a rough position at this point, but had things gone a little bit differently, I don't see how you're really getting out of double Golden Avenger and turning the tide.
Yeah, and that secret does not have deflect, so
I don't know what kind of 8 drop and doesn't have deflect, but
well, if you're able to establish it on swing, your opponent loses an energy. I think they lose a life, and it has double strike, right? Double strike, dual attack. Yeah.
Yes.
So I mean, potentially you let that first double strike hit your opponent, and then from there you swing again, and if they have 4 life, that's game. Like you don't have to worry about combo step after that.
Yeah, a card is kind of nutty. Pretty damn good.
So here I'm just pretty much just focusing on flooding the board. He counterplays, I counter his counter.
jeez.
And I'm like, now I have technically 3 triple strike attacks. He -1 on that, which is fine. I have the other one still. I'm good. That was him just blocking because it was still in rest mode by accident.
It should have been an active, yeah.
Yeah.
But ideally, that was all just in the idea of just, my brain just froze on me. to get him to just get rid of that unison. And from here on, it's just a single attack, and that's all it took. He was out of energy. He couldn't do anything from that point on. He was at 1 life. He couldn't spark a Dimension Magic. And I did pick the hatch back up, and I did not drop any cards afterwards because if I could not beat him this turn, I was safe next turn. So, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed today's match. Keep in mind, there's buttons down below and on the screen while someone does the outro.
Thanks for watching, everybody. This will be another outro to another video on another channel that you watch. If you want to watch this channel again, hit subscribe. If you want to watch another video, click one of the videos on the screen right now. Good night and good luck. Fluff out.
Are we sponsored by Guitar Center?
No, and we'll probably never be if we keep making jokes about them. But seriously, it is a fun store, Bancroft. We should go.